eminent speaker, Dr. Namrata Jariwala. She is Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department of SVNIT. She'll be educating us about the fuzzy logic and various applications in continuation to what you have learned in the yesterday's session. So I'll invite my PG student, Pratik Chauhan, to introduce today's speaker to all of you. Pratik.
Good afternoon to all. Today we have Dr. Namrata D. Jariwala with us. She is working as the assistant professor in SVNIT Surat since 2016. She has guided 7 PhD candidates and also more than 20 MTech students. She has published more than 15 papers in reputed selected journals, and the ma'am is working also. Ma'am has also published 2 book chapters, and she is also working as a consultant for the Municipal Corporation of Surat and other reputed organizations. So we welcome you, ma'am, and we are hoping for the best session. Now, I request Dr. Namrata D. Jariwala to address the session.
Thank you very much, Pratik, for a nice introduction. I'm just setting the scene, just you checking whether it's visible. Is it okay? You can see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So voice is also audible, ma? Can I start?
Yeah, it's clear, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. I am discussing related to the fuzzy logic. Mainly, I am dealing with the application of fuzzy logic. No doubt, I have put up some of the slides for the introduction portion. I think yesterday you have a nice session on introductions of fuzzy logic. But actually, in a fuzzy logic, we have so many diversifications. So you require some knowledge when you are dealing with a fuzzy multi-criteria decision making. You require some extra knowledge when you are dealing with a fuzzy rule-based system. When you are working with a multi-criteria decision making process, you require some other important know-how. And that is why some of the important introduction portions again I am repeating. So kindly bear with me, because the discussion, whatever I am going to for that knowledge is required. Now, I think you can see this particular slide. So fuzzy logic, is it really fuzzy? So the very important thing is you can see the words, whatever is written. So it's fuzzy. But when we start utilizing, it is one type of the mathematics. But actually the problem is, before we start utilizing, we have so many idea in so many things in our mind, whether it will be possible मुझे mathematics नहीं करना है. So I don't want to go in fuzzy logic problem. So the main important thing is, because when we have not utilized it, we have this type of the problem, and we consider that this is a very higher type of the mathematics where we have to deal with the complexity. But the beauty of the fuzzy logic is, when you have a complex problem, this fuzzy logic will give you a very better solution. So this is the main beauty, where you have no data, where you don't have a precise data, where you don't have a convenient data. In that type of the situation, using the concept of fuzzy logic, if you apply the concept of fuzzy logic, that will give you a very good solution compared to the simple mathematics, whatever we consider. The second very important beauty of the fuzzy logic is, there are so many right now the toolbox readily available, and with the help of that, if you are not knowing simple complex programming language, any complex programming language, if you are not knowing, then also you are able to solve so many problems related to the fuzzy logic. So actually it is not really a fuzzy, but it's a very simple mathematics, and we can deal with fuzzy logic, and we can have so many solutions of the complex nature problem whatever we are having. So right now fuzzy logic is very important, because I think you are knowing, as far as the India is concerned, we are very poor in data management. So I think those who are PhD students or those who are doing their MTech and PhD work, they might be knowing. Whenever we apply or whenever we approach any government authority, so that, oh no, this type of data is not available. So should we stop our PhD or should we stop our research program? No. So right now we have so many techniques where we are dealing with the imprecise data, or what we can do, we can generate the random data, and from that we can utilize our, and we can go hard with our PhD program. So in this type of the situation, your fuzzy logic that will be giving you a very good solution as far as the complexity of the data concern. Now I'm not going in the detail of this, but definitely I must give respect to the Professor Lopti Jade, because he is considered to be a father of the fuzzy logic, and this is the international fuzzy logic father. And if you just consider Indian situation, so in India we have a Professor Ashok Deshpande from the NARI director. He was a former NARI director, and I think during this particular corona we have missed him, but he was a very good founder of the fuzzy logic as far as the Indian situations and as far as the Indian researchers' backgrounds are concerned. So definitely we should give respect to the fuzzy logic Professor Jade and Professor Ashok Deshpande, and because of that, many researchers could taken up the problem related to the fuzzy logic. Now, I think you have a discussion on a fuzzy logic, what is fuzzy logic and all. But I will say the simple difference between the fuzzy logic and the traditional mathematics, whatever we are having. So in traditional mathematics, you have only two values. You have a 0 and 1 value. So either you may say that, okay, this today you have a journey, though you have a rain. So yes or no is the answer. So if your yes is the answer, you can say it's a one truth, and if you have a 0 answer, then you can say no means 0. So like that, generally in our Boolean mathematics or whatever the traditional mathematics we consider, we have only two options. We have a 0 and 1, or either we can say yes and no. So whereas in fuzzy logic, you have a intermediate values also. So you have a graded membership, and that is the main beauty of the fuzzy logic. So this is the simple examples we can have. I can say is Nick is the honest. So I may get the answer yes, or I may get the answer no. So once I have a one answer, I can say the degree of belongingness is 1. Whereas no answer means you can say the degree of belongingness of the honest of the Nick is 0. Whereas in fuzzy logic, you have so many variations. So you may have a extremely honest, you may have a very honest, you may have a sometimes honest, or you may have extremely dishonest. So here your degree of belongingness of the need to be honest, it will be vary from 0 to 1, and the value, the belongingness will be vary according to the whatever the variables you are considering. And this is the main important thing we are considering, how it is differing from the Boolean logic. Now, the very important thing is why we have to go with the fuzzy logic, and why fuzzy logic is so important. So the most important thing is it is the logic underlying the modes of the reasoning. So modes of reasoning means what? I will utilize umbrella if rain comes. If there is no rain, I will not utilize umbrella. So this type of the concept or the reasoning already we are utilizing in our day-to-day life, and that same logic we are utilizing in our fuzzy logic. So actually, Professor Jade reasoned that people do not require precise and numerical information input. In some of the concept, we don't require any precise information, and yet they are capable of highly adaptive control. So actually, we can say that we utilize our human knowledge, which is fuzzy in nature. So if I just ask, this person is a young, or what is the age, I am not asking, but whether in that particular situation, I am asking whether this person is a young or old. So we consider some of the terms like a young, old, large, cheap. So this is our regular language, regular knowledge in which we are utilizing and we are quantifying the concept. So the same thing, suppose temperature. So we never consider that what will be the temperature, but instead of that, we just consider the temperature is whether it is cold, whether it is warm, or whether it is a hot. So we utilize this particular concept, and the same concept we are trying to utilize in our fuzzy logic. So right now we can say, because of the this type of the reasoning system, whatever we consider it, so the developing the fuzzy set theory, it's nothing but it's a shifting paradigm. So comparing to our conventional mathematics, we just consider the very important the utilization of the fuzzy logic concept in our day-to-day life. So actually, we can consider the fuzzy set. Now, if we just consider the real Boolean mathematics, so in which we have only, when we consider set A, so set A is having value 0 to 1. So, whereas we have a fuzzy set, so where the characteristics of the function is 0 is less than membership functions to the less than 1. So when we consider 1 means it will be having a full membership, and when we have a 0 membership, so there will be no memberships, and between 0 to 1 we will be having the graded memberships, or you can say you can have a partial membership. So this is the main concept we are considering for the fuzzy logic. Now the very important thing is, suppose still I am elaborating more, because actually if you are not knowing the fuzzy set theory, then you are unable to understand the complete descriptions whatever I am making or whatever the presentations I am discussing. So still if you are having a confusion, what will be the difference between the simple mathematics and what will be the difference between the fuzzy mathematics? So suppose you may have a one set where you are considering the height of the person which is having more than 1.8 meters, or it is less than, or means it will be greater than or equal to 1.8 meters. So we just consider one set where we have a person with the whatever the height is greater than 1.8 meters or equals to 1.8 meters. Now in this particular height set, I will not come because my height is only 1.25 meter. So in this type of the situation, in a simple mathematics, this person having height less than 1.8 meter will not be having any space in our regular or in our traditional mathematics or the algebra, whatever we are considering. But instead of that, if you just consider this is the fuzzy set, having the person whose height is greater than or equals to 1.8 meter. So in this type of the set, if the person having height is more than 1.8 meter, it will be having a belongingness or the graded membership as a 1. But the person having a height, suppose 1.6 meter, you can see this particular graph, and if I just extend the horizontal means vertical line from 1.6 meter, so it indicates 0.2. So definitely the 1.6 person may have a enter or the may have a space in this fuzzy set, but the belongingness in the fuzzy sets will be only 0.2, because this height is, this is the set where the persons are more than 1.8 meter height is there. Now if I just consider 1.7 meter, so if you just consider the simple algebraic set, so in that 1.7, though it is very nearer to 1.8, but that person is not having entry in that particular fuzzy set. But instead of that, if you just consider the fuzzy set, so 1.7 person height person having the belongingness as a 0.8 in that. So you will be having a graded membership in a fuzzy sets. So this is the main beauty of the fuzzy sets. Now when we consider the fuzzy sets, you require some of the linguistics variables to be discussed. So linguistics variable means what? So it is the variables in mathematics usually take the numerical values. So when we consider the non-numerical variables, so that is when we are expressing the variables with a non-numeric variables, So it is considered to be a linguist variable. So you may consider very beautiful, very old, cold. So like that, whatever we consider, it is a linguistics variable. Now, we require to go with the fuzzification process. Hello. So actually, if you go with the fuzzification process, actually fuzzification process is what we have considered the fuzzy set. So when we have to consider the Cripps quantity into the fuzzy value, it is considered to be a fuzzification steps. And the very important thing is the membership functions. So how to deal with the membership functions? Because as we have discussed, in a fuzzy sets, you have a value between 0 and 1. So it is a curve that defines how each point in the input space is back to a membership value between 0 and 1. So when you are converting the Cripps value into the fuzzy value, you require to go with the membership functions. Now, the very important thing is we can use varieties of the membership functions. So you can have a triangular membership functions. I think yesterday something is discussed. So we can have a triangular membership functions. So generally, triangular membership function is very simple for the as far as the problem is concerned, because you have a flat term. Now you can have a trapezoidal membership functions. Sorry, here you have a flat term. So in a triangle you have a shaft. So you have a 3 points for the representing the membership functions. Here you have to consider 4 points: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you required 4 fuzzy numbers for representing the trapezoidal membership functions. Now, we as an engineer, we deal with varieties of the problem. If you are considering the civil engineering problem, so where we have a simple civil engineering problem, our triangular and trapezoidal membership functions will work. But if you are dealing with electrical engineering problem where you are considering the circuits and voltage and nodes, so in that type of the situation, your triangular and trapezoidal membership functions will not work. So in that type of the situation, we have to consider the Gaussian membership function. So where your input variable and the output variables are following in the normal distribution. So in that type of the situation, you have to go with the Gaussian membership function. So you have a Gaussian membership functions. So here the main advantages is you have so many non-zero points. Only starting and is only your 0. Otherwise, you have so many points where you have a non-zero values, and that is the main advantages in the Gaussian membership functions. In a Gaussian also you have 3 varieties available, and you can select according to the whatever is your problem. Now you can use the sigmoidal membership functions, generally electrical and electronics problem where we have to go with the sigmoidal membership functions, and you can even use the Z membership functions. So these all are the membership functions. You can use it for the varieties of the problem whatever we are considering. Now you can see here we have a varieties of the fuzzy sets. We can have this is the linguistics variable: very low, low, medium, high, and very high. Your speed is one of the input variable, you can say. And when we consider the variable like very low, so you can see very low is one of the fuzzy set, and which is represented with the trapezoidal membership functions. You can see the second set, where the second membership function is represented with the triangular membership functions. And here you can see the varieties of the trapezoidal functions. This very low trapezoidal function, fuzzy or the fuzzy sets, is a closed fuzzy sets, whereas you can see here the very high fuzzy sets, which is open at the end. So I will be discussing this thing later on, the varieties of the fuzzy sets to be selected. Now, when you are selecting any the variables or the triangular or the trapezoidal membership functions, you have to represent it finally in a fuzzy number. So actually fuzzy number is to deal with the mathematics. So depending upon the range of the functions, you have to assign the fuzzy numbers. So we will be discussing this thing later on also. But suppose this is one of the triangular membership functions. So you can have 3 points here, 3 node. This is starting point 1.5. this is the middle value or the topmost point of the triangle, that is a value is supposed 2, and this is 2.5, and on this y-axis you have a graded member 6, so your y-axis will be always between 0 and 1. So the value on a y-axis will be always a fuzzy value, and value on a x-axis will be your Cripps value, whatever is the input variable range. So I think up to this is very clear. Whatever, I think that there was some repetition, whatever is required. And when we go with the rule, we have to consider the rule, that is the if, and because I will be dealing with a fuzzy rule based system, so application of fuzzy rule based system. So in that type of the situation, we have to consider if and then rule. So as I have discussed, when we are considering the if there is a rain, then I will use umbrella. So this type of the rules we are utilizing for defining our problem. Now, if when we are considering A, so if whatever the joining portion we consider, so this is considered to be a premises portion, and we can use this then. After that then portion, that is considered to be an end result portion, and we can join this A and B portion by two operators. One, that we can use AND operator, and second, we can use OR operator. So this is a very important thing. There are two separate things, and OR operator, and we have to utilize any one operator at a time, because your system will be vary according to the AND or your OR operator. Now, why we have to consider this? So because in a life we have to deal with a decision problem. So this is a simple decision problem. Suppose I have to select a car. So when we are considering the selecting a car, this is the topmost level, because this is my goal, this is my aim. Now the second level will be always we have to consider the criteria. So I want a car which is stylish, which will give me a maximum mileage, and at the same time it will be a reliable. So these are my criteria depending upon which I have to select a car. And after that, this is nothing but the last, that is nothing but it is your options or the alternatives. So your goal will be at the topmost, your intermediate level you have many criteria, and third level will be your alternatives or the option. This is always there in our decision life. Suppose you are selecting a bride or selecting a groom. So at that time also you have so many things for the selecting a bride or the groom. So at that time also we are considering the decision. Definitely at that time we are not following multi-criteria decision making or fuzzy logic, but we can have a simple logic, and based on that we are selecting. So likewise, the simple this type of the decision problem, with the help of this we can solve many problems. Now, we will be discussing here the decision-making problem, the reasoning problem with a very efficient tool, and that is nothing but it is a fuzzy rule-based system. So, it is considered to be as a FRBS. So, what is mean by FRBS? It is nothing but it is a fuzzy rule-based system approach. So, when we consider FRBS, it is nothing but as a fuzzy rule-based system approach. Now, what are fuzzy rules? So, this is a simple example. Suppose we are utilizing smart air conditions. So, in our air conditions also we have in a manufacturing system there are some of the rules that is already set. So, if you just consider your input temperature, input as a temperature. So where you have a very cold temperature, you have a cold temperature, normal, hot, and very hot. So some of the rules are there. So our smart air conditions are working on this. If temperature is very cold, then you stop fan. So we have a buttons and directly we apply it, so it will work. But the fuzzy program is already set in the air conditions. So if temperature is hot, then speed up fan. So likewise, this type of there are many applications where right now we have already started utilizing the fuzzy controller. I think all of you are knowing the air conditions, and second you are knowing the washing machine. So in a washing machine also the time cycle is selected based on the fuzzy controller. So if your clothes are very dirty, then you have to select the smart If you want a smart washing, so in a short time span, then you have to select like that. If you have a small children, you want the silver washing. Silver washing means what? It will be your disinfected. So after all operations, your hot air will pass. So like that, the controller is there, fuzzy controller is there, and in a fuzzy controller, this type of the smart rules are already installed. And based on that, our program works. So generally, I think you are knowing the very important component of the washing machine is the IC chips controller, electronic chips. So once it is disturbed, everything will be disturbed. So like this, we have a rule-based system, and that rule-based system we can use it. Now I'm just giving you a simple example. If project duration is long and project staffing is large and your project funding is inadequate, then your risk is high. So this type of the rule, whatever the simple language rule, whatever we are utilizing, the same thing we utilize to convert with our fuzzy rule based system, and then we are trying to get the solution. Now generally this type of the rules whatever we are utilizing, and then for the aggregations of the rule we are getting the solution. So generally fuzzy rules that relate the fuzzy sides, and generally in a fuzzy system all rules can fire to some extent, or in other words you can say fire partially, and depending upon that you will be having the output. Now this is a simple program or the simple structure. Based on this, your fuzzy rule based system work. So how your system will work? It is a FRBS system. So FRBS systems, there are three main components. So one, that is a select and define input membership function. So first you have to select some of the input variables. Whatever is your problem and related to that problem, you have to select your input variables. And the second very important thing is that input variable you have to define in a fuzzy range. Whatever is the real range, that you have to convert in a fuzzy range. I'm going to discuss one problem so that it will be more clear. Now, the second very important consideration in the rule-based system is your rule editor. So, where you are joining your input variable with a output. So, where you can use the AND component, or as I discussed, you can use AND or the OR as a component. Just that you have to select AND or OR component. And the third, whatever the input variable you are joining with the help of output, there will be a addition based on the data available, and finally there will be a defuzzification steps, and from which your output will be generated. So this is the complex FRBS system explained with the simple terminology how it works. So based on these three operations, your fuzzy rule-based system will work. Now, this is the simple problem. I think in many books this particular problem is given, but as you all are from the interdisciplinary background, I'm just giving you a simple problem, and this is the tipping problem. I think this is a very simple problem. I think whenever we enjoy the food in the restaurant, generally what we do, we give some tip to the waiter. Now, this tip is mainly based on the two parameters. One, that is the service, whatever they are giving. So, you may consider the service was very poor, or it was good, or it was excellent service. So, we have some mindset, and depending upon that, we may consider the ranking of the service. And second very important thing is the food. So, you may have a varieties of the food, the quality of the food, it was very bad, or it was a delicious, or it was excellent. So generally our tip will be based on these two parameters. So generally we are not considering, or we are not applying logic when we are applying whenever we are giving the tip. But this is the same problem we considered in our real life that I have tried to convert with the fuzzy rule-based system. So the simple thing is, define the fuzzy problem, and for that we require to go with the this thing. So first is to define the term like a poor, delicious, cheap, excellent. So that is nothing but it is your input and the output variable. Then you consider your input and output variable with a AND or OR operations, and you combine your OR rules with the final output variables. So with this, you can go with your fuzzy solution. Now we are interested in the solution. So what we will do, we will be considering this thing like this. So we want to express some of the rules. So what we can do, if service is poor, then definitely we will not give higher tip. So then tip is cheap. If service is good, then we will give tip as an average. And definitely your service is excellent, then we will give a very good generous tip. So this is the 3 rule for your service. Now you can have a many rules, but just to explain you the simple thing, I have just considered the simple 3 rules. Now the second thing is, if your food is rancid, the tip is means not a poor quality, then you may give a cheap tip. Sometimes we are not giving also. And if your food is delicious, then we will give tip as a generous good food. So like that, we have defined some of the rules. So we may have a 5 rules, or you may consider 3 rules, but these rules are required for our problem. So what is we are doing? So in a first, we are trying to solve the problem. So example of the tipping that we are considering. So first, that is your input variable that we have to select, and this input variable is now is service. Now how to measure service? We can't measure service. Okay, so the very important thing is here, the main beauty of the fuzzy logic is there are so many variables, there are so many input parameters where we cannot have a scaling very easily. So you can convert them in a, you can say it's on a Cardier scale. So this is nothing but it is a 0 to 10 simple scale, and with the help of that you can see you can rank your service. Now how you can rank? So your 10 is excellent and 0 is lower side, that we can understand. And like that you can rank your service in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think sometimes whenever we are visiting some restaurant, actual feedback they bring. So when you are giving the feedback, it is nothing but it is the ranking of your input service. Now the second input variable is a food. So here food is nothing but it is your quality of the food. So here quality of the food, again you have to give the rank because there is no measurement directly. It's a linguistics variable. Suppose you have an input variable range, input variable like a age of the person, then you can measure age of the person will be vary from 0 to 100. Suppose you are measuring some engineering parameters. Okay, so in that, suppose you are measuring the voltage, or you are considering one input parameter as a voltage. So in that type of the situation, you have a range. But there are some of the parameters where you don't have a range. Proper range is not there. So in that type of the situation, you have to rank that input parameters. So you can, this is nothing but you are defining your input parameters, and what you are doing, you are converting your input parameter onto the fuzzy scale. I'm coming to that particular point. Now the second, you put up some of the rules in the system. So you have, if service is poor or food is then cheap is then tip is cheap. You can have average tip and tip, and you can have again average, because we don't go for that. We don't want to go for the excellent tip because already we have paid for that. So if you go for the aggregations and ultimately output, now here output it will be the tip. Tip will be again in a rupees, but we will be converting that in a percentage. So generally what we do, generally हमारा bill 1000 rupees होता है, तो maximum tip we can give up to 100 rupees, not more than that. So what we have done, our tip that we have again marked on one scale, and that is nothing but in percentage. So percentage is with respect to the bill of the percentage. Okay, so we will be having an input variable where it was very difficult to rank, or it was very difficult to put up in a particular mathematical terms, and that's why what we have done, we have measured in a linguistics variable. So now we have an input variable, we have a rule, and we have an output variable. So what we can do, how we can solve this particular problem? So ultimately what we are doing, we are trying to solve this particular problem with a simple fuzzy logic. Now bear with me, because some of the points that you are unable to understand, so that I will be explaining with a more clear declarations. Now suppose your food is delicious, so in that type of the situation I am giving you 8 weightage. So my score will be 8 because I am giving 8 score to the quality of the food. So now here I have selected the trapezoidal membership functions. So actually that is why this is the 0.8. Now if I'm just consider this 0.8, then on the output scale I will be giving a 0.7. Just I have directly put up here, no screen has been put up here. Now suppose now you have two things. This is your food is excellent, so means your service is excellent and your food is delicious. Then again, because for the service, suppose you are giving a maximum 3 or the 8 weighted. So depending upon that, your input and output value, your this is one input parameter, this is second input parameter. Based on this, your output will be vary. Somewhat it will be vary, because in the first step we have considered only one input variables, and in the second step we have considered 2 input variables. So based on that, your output will be vary. So if you are giving a range, means if you are selecting service as a 3 point, scale as a 3 and food as a service 0.8, then you can have a value like this. Now this is your if your service is good, if food is this, then this is the second portion. So we are joining this input variable, so service and the food variable, with a AND operator. You can join even OR operator also, but sometimes your OR operator will not work in some of the logic. Suppose if there is a rainfall, if rainfall is there, then I will utilize umbrella, and I will utilize umbrella, or I will utilize umbrella. That will not give you a clear picture. So this is a very important, what type of the operator we have to select, AND or the OR operator. So like this, you can have a rule portions, and after that you can have a implications, means you can have a maximum and the minimum value, and based on that you will be having an operator, and you can have a final rule based system approach. Now this is 3 points, because we have selected 3 rules. This is poor rule, and your food is rancid. So in that type of the situation, your keep is cheap. Now I think it will be more clear. This is the second functions where I have selected the Gaussian membership function, because I don't want to give 0. सर्विस इतना तो पुअर नहीं था, मुझे कहीं पर भी 0 नहीं देना है. So that is why this is like this. And the third, where I have selected the sigmoidal membership function. Generally we don't require, just for the explanations I have put up. So there will be a 1, 2 and 3 rule. There will be 3 conditions where you are getting 25% and you have a like this step. This is the third, second and the third. Now if you just want your output final, only one output we require, because we have given TRIPS conditions. There are so many conditions that we have put up, there were so many rules that we have put up, but tip तो एक ही देना है, तो output तो एक ही चाहिए मुझे. So the very important thing is we require to go for the aggregation of these 3, 1, 2 and 3, and likewise we have aggregations. So that aggregation is nothing but it is the fuzzy defuzzification. So for defuzzifications we have a many methods. We have a Mamdani method, we have a Sugeno method. So generally Mamdani method will be more utilized for the linear functioning, linear variables, and generally non-linear variables. For that generally the Sugeno variables will be, Sugeno membership functions will be used. So if you just go for this particular figure, and if you just average out the center of gravity by center of gravity method, then your value will be exactly P, that is equals to 16.7%. So like this we can proceed. But the very important thing is actually if I explain this thing and then I just give you an example and then I'm just giving you one example for the homework, I think definitely you are not able to do all these things, because the hidden beauty is when you are going for this input variable overlapping. So you require to go for the AutoCAD. You have to define your this all functions in AutoCAD. Then you have to go for the overlapping. Once you go for the overlapping, you have this type of the area, and then again for the overlapping 1, 2, 3, and then you have this. And for this particular area, you have to find it out the center of gravity CG. So this all is a tedious method. So whatever fuzzy simplicity, whatever we consider, there is no simplicity in that. Only for the understanding, it is simple compared to the Boolean logic, whatever we are considering. So the very important thing is, now the simple thing is, I'm just converting this fuzzy rule-based system, a very simple. You can go ahead with a MATLAB, and because in a MATLAB the ready fuzzy toolbox is available, and it is a very the simple thing is, it's a very simple graphical user interference tool. So whatever the input variable definitions and all the things whatever we have to perform, so that you can do it with a MATLAB fuzzy toolbox. Because in a fuzzy toolbox, these all the facilities are available. So you can define your input variable, you can define your output variable. Even the input variable and the output variable you can define with the fuzzy scale. So that facility is also there in a fuzzy toolbox. The rule editor, rule facility is also there. The rule viewer facility is also there, and surface viewer means your defuzzification step is also there. So whatever we have discussed, defuzzifications and all these steps, you can do it with a MATLAB fuzzy toolbox. Now the logic is, whatever is a fuzzy rule-based system. So for a fuzzy rule-based system approach, the simplest way to deal with is to utilize the fuzzy toolbox of a MATLAB. Now when you because जैसे ही MATLAB की बात आती है, so we are worried. No, MATLAB is a very complex programming language. But whenever we have not utilized, we have a same feeling. But if you just utilize, I have written a simple thing. Just you open your MATLAB with MATLAB you open up. In a MATLAB you will be having your program menu. So program window will open. And in program window, like this 2 slides, you write down fuzzy and just give you enter. So I think you can see my red color tabs. If you write fuzzy in your program window and then just click enter, your fuzzy toolbox will open. And this fuzzy toolbox will make your problem very, very simple. You can solve varieties of the problem, you can define varieties of the input variable, and this is nothing but the simple beauty of the fuzzy logic, that you can solve it with a MATLAB toolbox. Now, just I am explaining some of the steps how you can do it with the MATLAB toolbox. So once you open, so the first when you are opening your screen, this type of the editor will be there, and in editor you have a facility. In editor you have a facilities that you can increase or decrease your input variable. So suppose I want to select 2 input variable, then I can add even input variable. So whatever is my input variable 3, 4, 5, 6, that I can add. Now based on this input variable, even I can have my output variable. So in output variable, even you can have a 1 output variable, you can have a 2 output variable, so that you can define it well. It's a very simple, and those who want to work with a FRBS system and with a MATLAB fuzzy toolbox, my simple request is no need to refer any book, but simple you refer your MATLAB toolbox help. A very total 500-page book, the complete descriptions in a help it is given, and so very systematically the step-by-step procedure of the fuzzy toolbox is given. Now the first step is you can define your input and output variable into the system. Now the second is once you have an input and output variable, the very important thing is you have to define your membership function. So these membership functions you have to convert on a fuzzy scales, like आगे जो हमने बताया you may have a triangular membership functions, you may have a trapezoidal membership functions, whatever the membership functions we are deciding. I'm coming to the point where to how to decide that particular membership functions. Now, so the first step, that is defining your input and output variable. Second step, that is your defining the input and output variable with fuzzy membership functions. Now, the third step, that you can join your input and output variable with a rule. So you can join with a AND, or you can join with a OR options. So this is the simple facility, whatever we have discussed, that is with the rule editor. And once you have a rule editor, once you have defined your input variable, second step you have defined on a fuzzy scale, and third you have defined all your rules, directly you can go with the rule viewer, and this rule viewer is nothing but the defuzzification steps. Directly automatically it will start. But for your explanation how your defuzzifications will work, that I have already explained. And finally you will be given output as a value, whatever you are interested. So these graphical user interface tools of your MATLAB will be converting your input variable onto the fuzzy scale. They will be joining your input variable with a rule editor, and finally it will give you a Cripps value. So the fuzzy scale you are converting onto a Cripps value. So this is a very important operations as far as the fuzzy user interference tools are concerned. So I think you can see when we are considering the FIS auditor, the same problem whatever I have discussed. So you can add here, means file, edit and view. So in edit, you can select your number of input variable. Even if it is more than 2 input variable, then also you can select. So in a system you have to select the Mamdani. There are 2 systems will be appeared, Mamdani and Sujono. So as I have discussed, in majority of linear variable, the linear variable program, we go for the Mamdani variables, and then we can define our output variable. So here there are options are there. You have to utilize AND system or OR system, that you can select it from here. Now, even in defuzzifications, there are so many options available, but as we go with the center of gravity method, so central method we have to select, and this will give you an idea how many input variables you have selected into the system. Now, suppose you are selecting this on a 0 to 10 scale. In some of the cases, you are selecting 0 to 100. So you can change your range, and accordingly, the range of the functions will come here, or the range of the input variable will come here. So this is the simple steps where you are going to define your system, or nothing but your input and the output variable. Now the second that you have to define your input variable in a fuzzy scale. You can see here this particular scale, your range whatever you are giving in an earlier case in a previous slide. So whatever you are giving, that will directly appear here. Suppose I am giving the scale on a 0 to 100, then it will appear here 0 to 100. Is poor, good, excellent, this is nothing but the linguistics variables are there. Now here you just see the this is the again here it's a Gaussian membership function. You can select whatever we have discussed, the varieties of the membership, TRI, that is triangular, trap, that is trapezoidal, Gaussian, bell mouth, so sigmoidal. So whatever the functions you are required to go for that, so that you can select here. But the very important thing is you have to understand one thing. If you go with the triangular membership function, so here you have to give 3 value. I'm coming to that particular point also. So like this, you have to select the variables with a fuzzy scale. So this is also, you can do it very easily in a MATLAB toolbox. you can select, even you can have a 3 or 4 variables that you can change it very easily. You can change your value, means you can change the range of that particular functions also. And here also you can change, as I have discussed, triangular or the trapezoidal membership function. Now in a rule, when you are adding your input variable, suppose for the service I have added 3 variable, 3 linguistics variable, that is a poor, good and excellent. So it will appear in your rule editor. And for the food, you have a two membership functions that you have defined. So rancid and delicious. At the same time, I have defined my output. So cheap, average and genius. Now what is to be done? So here you can see connections. So when you have this window, rule editor, you can see your connections, and in connections you have to select or and. आपको जो select करना है, so that you can select. And then you can add the rule manual. So this rule editor, again, it's nothing but it's a very complex. I'm just discussing that thing also later on with another example. But here just I have defined 3 rules. If service is poor or food is delicious. So you can select like this. Whatever first rules will be automatically updated. But you can add or you can delete the rule or you can change the rule according to the whatever is the system. जो आपको लग रहा है, whatever the rule is correct, according to that you can change the rule in a rule editor. So the 3 steps we have done it with a MATLAB very easily. So the first, that is defining the input and the output variable. Second, we have defined on a fuzzy scale. Now, how to define on a fuzzy scale, that just I am explaining with some another example. So, in a rule editor, you have this 3 system. So, you can have with the help of this, you can add or you can have additions or the deletions of the rule. So, this will make your work simpler compared to whatever you have seen. Now, when you go with the rule editor, rule viewer, whatever you have seen here, I have just put up 3 rules. So depending upon this, you have 3 conditions because I have put up 3 rules here. In previous slides, as I have considered 3 rules, I will be having 3 conditions. So in one conditions, my service will be vary from 0 to 10. And in the second conditions, this will be vary, the food quality will be vary in a 0 to 10 scale. Now, as I am changing my weightage from 0 to 1, 0 to 10 here, and as I am changing the weightage here, my tip will be vary. And the tip is nothing but it is my output variable that I have selected on a range of 0 to 30. That I have defined with a 0 to 30. So, if I am changing this particular value, suppose my service is 3 and food is 8, weightage. So depending upon that, I will be having this one conditions rule viewer. So I will be having this one conditions. I may have a different conditions depending upon the data, whatever I am considering here. Just I have given example when I am putting 3 and 8, I may have a 6 and 3. I may have a 5 and 5. So like that, I will be having a varieties of this particular aggregations. So this aggregation you can see here, जहाँ पर आपकी line पड़ती है. So based on this, so this and this service and food will be overlapped. So service and food will be overlapped, and based on this, one common area will be there. So this blue line is nothing but it is your partial truth. So based on this, depending upon your conditions, depending upon your rule conditions, it will be vary. So you can have 3 conditions, 1, 2 and 3, and then you have aggregations of this. And with the aggregations, you can have a center of gravity, and with this center of gravity will give you a final value or the final output, whatever you are interested. So the main important thing is this will give you a final output. This rule viewer will be giving you a final output. So aggregations and everything will be done by the MATLAB programming, and final value will be obtained. So the TIP 14.8 will be the final output whatever we require. So if your service weightage is 3 and food weightage is 8 you are giving, then you should give maximum 14.8% tip of your bill. So likewise, the simple thing, you can convert your program, your input and output variable, and you can define with your, this surface viewer will give you a output variable in a 3-dimensional view. So generally where you have a 2 input, it will give you output comparing to. Here you can see individually, whereas in surface here you can see the 2-dimensional and the 3-dimensional view of this. So this is the simple thing, you can do it with your input and the output variable. Now this is the known problem I have considered, but you may think in your mind, madam, whatever you are discussing, but how to start with our problem? So that definitely why and how to go with the fuzzy rule-based system, and in our day-to-day life, how we can utilize. So I think for that, I'm just giving you a simple problem, simple example, and that will be very prolonged in a nowadays because we have a corona effect. So this is the simple, suppose we don't have any data. We are not doctor, we are not the person from the medical background, but I am interested in the risk predictions. I want to prepare a model which will predict the risk of the disease. So this is the simple problem. I am just discussing how to deal, how to define the system and how to define fuzzy variables and all. So the first very important thing, my problem is the disease risk prediction. Suppose you may consider that I want to predict corona, or I want to predict the disease of the respiratory disease or the cardiovascular disease, because these are the very common right now in India. So even the mortality rate is also very high in this particular disease. Now I am not doctor, I am not a paramedical person, so my knowledge for considering the disease risk is very low. But now I want to prepare a model which will be predicting the disease's risk. Definitely I can go ahead. But you know, the predictions of occurrence of disease is a very complex problem, as it is influenced by the varieties of the factors. And these all factors are nothing but it is the input variables for me. Now, the study related to the occurrence of the disease in an individual cannot be predicted precisely, and it takes many years for a possible disease to develop among the study group of the people. So always risk predictions, risk is always difficult thing. It may be a health risk, it may be some system risk, or it may be an industrial risk. Always it may be a risk. I think you are knowing we are liability risk whenever we consider the insurance. So risk is always somewhat difficult, and we have so many tasks for that. But just we are trying to develop one simple model which will be predicting the disease's risk. Disease you may consider anything, corona also. So the first very important thing is I have to consider the factors. I have to find it out the factors responsible for causing the diseases. So this is my general idea. The age of the person will be vary, because age depending upon your age, if you just consider the children's, where the age will be a very crucial factor, and there all the systems are not in a developed stage, and because of that the risk is very high. Suppose corona, so the person below, means the children below 10 years are highly susceptible to get the risk. So even higher, means the person having the age higher than 60, because generally in carrying capacity the immunity will be going down. So one factor, that is a age. Second, that is a body mass index. I think you all know body mass, BMI, is the ratio of our body with respect to the height and the weight. So actually whenever we the weight of the person will be proportional with the height of the person. If the height of the person is low, then definitely weight, it should be low, and we have some standard BMI index. Based on that we just consider. So that is the second portion that we consider BMI. The third, that is just my assumption, our personal habits that will play a very vital role in causing the disease. Just this is the model I have considered. It's not a challengeable model, so where any medical persons will challenge me. Just this is my idea how to develop the model. So I have considered that the person, if they have a tobacco chewing, smoking and alcohol drinking, this type of habit, then definitely their immunity will be low. Up to some extent alcohol drinking is permitted, but definitely we have to think of. So I have just considered, this is my thought, and depending upon that I have considered the personal habit. The fourth very important thing is environmental exposure and the climatic conditions. So I think you are knowing right now the season is changing. We have a more coughing and squeezing problem because daytime it's very hot, night time. So some of the peoples are such that whenever there is a season change, so ultimately they are more vulnerable to get the coughing and squeezing problem. Some people immunity is very good, they are getting nothing. So that is the one conditions, that is we have to consider our climatic conditions. Fifth is very important, some of the diseases are genetically responsible, and if you have a medical history in your family, so you may have some of the diseases like diabetes and all. So for that you don't have a control on your model, so that also we can consider. Now we are developing the model, so we have a varieties of the people. Some of the peoples are already having the disease pattern like a hypertension and diabetic. Right now it's very common, so you can have that type of the factors also you can consider. Now the very important thing is nutrient deficiency. Some of the peoples are consuming more food as far as the fat is concerned. Some of the peoples are very conscious, so they will be consuming the food according to the nutrients value and like that. So we have a varieties of the people, we have a varieties of the group, and for that we require to develop a robust model. So robust model means what? You have a varieties of the people. For that, whatever the model I am developing, that will be giving me a very far output. So I can have a nutrient deficiency as a one of the factor, and then you can have a cholesterol level, because many times we have a history of the cholesterol. People are knowing that I have this type of the problem. And eighth is a physical activity. Some of the people, suppose we people are working in office, so we have a less physical activity compared to the people who are working in the field. Suppose in your family, some particularly your cousins or your brother, sister may be working with with marketing. So generally they have to go for many people to meet. Sometimes the lift is available up to second floor. They have to. So generally the varieties of the people we have to consider, and the characteristics of the physical activity, whatever we are considering, it will be vary from person to person. If you just consider the working lady working in the office and then at the house, so that physical activity will be definitely very high, and compared to that the male is having a less physical activity. Now, I can't say this is always right, because nowadays the people are, even the male are working in the house also. So but we have a varieties of the situations, and for that my idea is to develop the model which will be predicting the diseases risk. And generally, I think you will be surprised to know this type of the model generally is required. And generally, our LIC or the insurance premium, all our health policy premium, whatever we are paying, it is based on this type of the model. Now, how to go ahead? So the first thing is, I'm just considering the whatever the factors I have considered here. So these factors I just have to scale out on a linguistics variable term and in a particular range. Now, this is a very important step. So what I'm doing, I'm slowly moving ahead. So the first thing is, I'm just selecting age as a person's age, and I'm considering BMI. So I'm just two things I'm relating. Why I'm relating? Because you know, as a means a person age is increasing, there will be a definitely change in the BMI. So if you just consider, there are so many situations we have to consider. Suppose that when we consider the woman, so that because of the menopause also, so the BMI will be drastically changed. So just I'm considering age as one of the factor, and then I'm just considering the second input variable is the BMI. And based on that, I'm trying to develop what will be the risk of the disease. So I have a simple idea. I can ask the people, what is your age? So I will get the data as a age. And BMI, either I can manage from him or her, or otherwise from the observation I can just idea what will be the BMI of the person. So or you can measure your height and weight, and based on that you can calculate. So you have a two input variable. One is the age and second one is the BMI. And from that I want to find it out the risk value. So I'm just considering that is risk 1 as an output value. Now the first step is how to define age. Now from here our real applications of fuzzy logic starts. Now the very important thing is age is an input variable. So age is an input variable, and I'm just selecting age as a fuzzy size. So one, that is age as an input variable. Now the first I have to decide this one age input variable, how many fuzzy sets I have to consider. So here age is a very important parameter, and generally in our day-to-day life we know कि generally person's age is up to 100 years. अब वैसे तो 70 के ज़्यादा हम लोग consider नहीं करते, but we just consider up to 100 years. Yes. Hello. So up to 100 years we just consider the age of the person. Now the very important thing is how to define in a 4 or a 5 variables. So for this the real work starts from here. I am not knowing or I am not having any reference. So in that type of the situation, you have to take the opinion of the experts. But here if you just refer, because nowadays the many people are working in the area of the fuzzy logic, and even this fuzzy logic is a very basic tool as far as the medical science are concerned. So medical people are also utilizing the fuzzy logic tool for the predictions of the diseases, risk and all this thing. And that is why here I have considered the age as an input variable in a 4 linguistics variable. So that is very young, that is second young, middle age and the old, where you can see here very young and old I have considered with the trapezoidal membership functions, whereas the young and middle age I have considered with the triangular membership functions. Now even I think you can see here the very young and young is overlapping. Even young and middle age is overlapping. So what I have done, I have considered the range as a 0 to 100 years in the age, and this I have divided into 4 linguistics variable: very young, middle age and old. And for that I have assigned some fuzzy number. Now this fuzzy number I have referred one reference, and according to that मैंने ये reference के accordingly किया. यहाँ पर कोई भी मेरा knowledge मैंने use नहीं किया. So I think you can refer one reference, and in that particular reference I have considered, and from that particular reference whatever the range was utilized in that reference I have selected. So it may be possible that you can utilize the range of some input variables whenever you are interested. You may get it. But suppose you are working in the field, suppose some voltage you have selected, so you know the voltage of the AC will be in this particular range. So that range you have to select for the input variable voltage. Now here these totally functions I have referred this particular paper, and from that I have considered. So this is the age. Age I have divided into 4 input variables. So very young, middle age and old, and assign the fuzzy number also I have done by referring this particular paper. So this is one. Now second, that is a BMI. For BMI also I am getting one reference, and I think you are knowing BMI is nothing but body mass index. And according to this particular body mass index, you may have 4 things. One, that is underweight. Second one, you may idle. You have an overweight, and fourth one, that is obese. So underweight means compared to your height, weight is very low, and ideal, or you can say it's a normal weight. So comparing to your height, your weight is very high. Overweight means your compared to your height, weight is somewhat on a higher side, and obese is on a very higher side. So here also I have divided the BMI, body mass index, into 4 variables. That is under linguistics variable, that is underweight, ideal, overweight and obese. This is how to define it. So that is your nothing but the simple language whatever we are utilizing. So temperature means cold, warm, hot, very hot, like that. So like that, this is the terminology I have utilized, whatever terminology, and for that, as I have discussed, I have referred particular reference. Now age हो गया, BMI हो गया, but for risk I am not having. So this is the input variable. I am having input variable age and I am having input variable BMI. So for this, now the very important thing, मुझे output भी define करना है. Output I am not having any particular. I'm not having any particular reference. But the risk, what I have done, I have just in a three things. So you may have a low risk, you may have a medium risk, and you may have a high risk. So what I have considered, the risk value that I have considered. Hello. So I have a three value, so that I have considered in a low, medium, and high. So simply I have divided the 0 to 1 range. You may consider even 0 to 100, and that simply I have divided into three equal parts. So here just I have utilized my knowledge, because actually there are the no data is so simply मैंने consider कर दिया कि okay, I will consider low risk, medium risk, and high risk. And generally because I want a risk prediction, so I have not considered any overlapping. Okay, so now the very important thing is how to assign a fuzzy number. So low के लिए this is 0. I think you can see here. Then this is the value, it will be 0.15. This is the second value where I have just marked a square. Then you have a sorry, this is 0, then you have a 0 again, then you have a 0.15, and this is 0.33. So like that I have defined low, for because as it is a trapezoidal membership functions, I have defined in a 4 values. So this is the one thing that I have defined my input and output variable. Now if you are not having any the reference, then how to go ahead, that also I am discussing. Now this is the simple thing what I have done. So you can see here the rule editor. This is the second step. So what to do, because you have defined your age in a 4 group: very young, middle age, and old. And BMI into the 4: ideal, underweight, ideal, overweight, and obese. Now what I am doing, I am just connecting with the AND operation, because the simple thing is the rule will be like this: if age is very young and at the same time you require the concept of BMI, दोनों में से एक का इफेक्ट नहीं चाहिए मुझे. I want the effect of both. So if the age is very young and BMI is underweight, then the risk is medium. Why risk is? This is the simple logical language में मैंने consider किया, because if you are underweight, then your immunity will be lower, and at the same time if your age is very young, so your all the systems are not developed, so you have some chance to get the risk. So like that I have considered some of the rules. Now here there are two things. You can prepare the rules, because here you just see you have a 4 linguistics variable, and here also you have a 4. So you can have a 4 into 4, the minimum 16 rules. You can have a minimum 16 rules. Now this 16 you have again 3 options: low, medium, and high. So you have a 16 into 3, that is a 48 alternative. But out of this, because you required 4, this 4 and 1 combinations from here. So you can consider 4 into 4, 16 rule into the system. Now the very important thing is how to select the rule. यहाँ पर तो simple है, it's a very young and underweight, so you can go ahead कि हम decide कर सकते हैं. Otherwise what you can do, you can take the opinion of the doctors, or you can take the opinion of the dietitians, and depending upon that you may select these rules. So you may, there are 2 options here in a rule editor. You may select total 16 rules, and you may select either 2 or 3 rules. So if you are selecting more rules, your system will be becoming more complex. But if you are selecting less rules, your system will not be complex. So that will be easier. I'm coming to that particular point also. Now, if you are selecting this, if you are adding all the rules here in a MATLAB, once you are having a rule editor, so you can have this type of the fuzzifications. Now you just see, मैंने जो आपको बताया कि the system will be having a 16 rules. So once you have a 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever the rules you are adding, so according to your rule, where your age line will be there and where your BMI line will be there, according to that there will be a 16 possibility into the risk. As I have added 16 rules, if I am adding 3 rules, जो मैंने आगे बताया था, so if I am adding only 3 rules, I will be having only 3 possibilities here. And you can have once you have a more rules, you have a more defined output into the system. So you can see here, so as you have having a 16 conditions, based on that you can change your input whatever you are having. Suppose you want 30 at the age of 30 and BMI 18, what will be the rules that you can change here, and accordingly you will be having a output of the system. So this is the one process where you can develop the risk, how with respect to the age of the person and with respect to the BMI of the person risk is there. Now this is the option because the age and BMI fuzzy sets were readily available. Now as this is my predictions that some person is having a tobacco chewing of a habit, or some person is having a smoking habit or the drinking habit, तो उनको ज़्यादा risk है. This is my predictions, and according to that I want to develop the model. Now how to go ahead? Now this is the real work of the fuzzy logic. मुझे पता नहीं है कि कितना टोबैको च्यूइंग, कितना पैकेट्स पर डे खाने से रिस्क हायर है और द रिस्क लोअर है. So here the very important thing is you can take the opinion because there is no option. The input variable whatever we are selecting for that, no standard range is available, and at the same time I am not knowing, I am not having any know-how. So in that type of the situation you have to deal with the expert opinion system. Now the very important thing, expert is suppose expert may be any person who may be the familiar with your problem, but who is not familiar with your fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic आप जानते हैं, expert नहीं जानते हैं. So you have to ask them a simple thing कि what will be when such person is consuming, then it will be having a very severe risk of the disease or concern. So like that you should get the opinion of the experts. Now suppose I am getting the opinion, so in that type of the situation I may consider some of the doctors, I may consider some of the dietitians, I may consider some of the laboratory persons, and I am having a varieties of the opinion. So the very important thing is how to normalize that. So there are so many mathematics available in fuzzy logic, and that you can use it for the normalizations of the expert's opinion. So with the where we don't have any range, so what we can do, we can ask the experts, we can take the help of the experts. Now the very important thing is how to select the expert. So expert must be a expert. कभी कभी हम देखते हैं कि क्या होता है in a practical problem we just become ourselves as the expert. हम ही लोग expert opinion दे देते हैं. That is not good. We have to consider the expert. Generally experts are very busy, so they are not giving time. They are not, whenever we are calling them, they are not responding. So last में हम लोग ये करते हैं, but that is not a good. We have to approach the expert, and depending upon that we have to consider. Now expert will make, first they will give me a range. Okay, 10 to 12 packets is a very severe, and if any person is having that type of the habit, then the risk will be very high or the severe. So some of the expert may have opinion, okay, may not have, that will be having a very mild effect. Like that, I have considered 3 variables. What are the experts' opinion I was getting? Depending upon that, I have considered my linguistics variable, because tobacco chewing कोई मुझे reference नहीं मिला. So what I have done, I have considered 3 variables. Linguistic variable मैंने अपने हिसाब से define किया, because it's a mild risk, it will be a moderate risk, and it will be a severe risk. So mild, moderate, even you can see select low, medium, and high. Now whenever I was selecting the experts and when I was getting the opinion, there were the opinion was mixed opinion. Some of the people were mild, or when we are asking the rest, they are setting from 2 to 6. So 2 to 3 that packets were very common in a mild and moderate, and that is why मैंने यहाँ पर overlapping किया है. So overlapping is very important. कहाँ पर हमें overlapping करना है. So this overlapping is required whenever the mixed or the dual opinion of the experts are getting. Now the very important thing is how many experts, and for that I think you can refer a very important paper, magic number 7, Sati was the civil engineer and he has written a very good paper, magic number 7 itself. Paper name itself is a magic number 7. In many SCTP I am just giving this particular reference. So in that all the how to select the experts and everything is discussed. Those who are interested, they can refer this particular paper. So what I have done, I have selected the trapezoidal membership functions, and as I was getting the dual opinion, यहाँ पर मैंने overlapping किया. So I will be having the range for the tobacco chewing. So up to 12 time per disease होने का chance definitely there will be there. So like that you may have a smoking effect per day. I have just considered per day cigarette or the BD. Actually it is not good, but just for the problem I have considered. So here also I have considered the opinion from the doctors, and depending upon that I have considered the range. So range is up to 0 to 10, and definitely in a mild, so up to 2 there is no opinion that people should drink. But then also for the problem I have considered like this, because the opinion of the doctors, sociologists and all that I have considered on a variable scale, and that is why I have considered like this. Now drinking, so number of packs or number of times they are consuming. So here also the scaling has been done with the help of the experts. So the defining input variables and the output variable is done with the help of the experts. Because I was not having any reference available and I am not having any know-how as an engineer, I was working in different field. So for that I have taken the opinion of the doctor. Suppose if I am civil engineer, if I am working with environmental engineering problem, so in that type of the situation some of the input variable range I am doing, so that I can select. But for other input variables or for other output variables I am not knowing the range. So in that type of the situation you have to take the opinion of the doctor or the expert, not doctor but the expert. And again risk मैंने ऐसे ही select किया जो आगे मैंने select किया था, same I have selected. And risk में the thing I have considered is there is no overlapping. Low 0 to 33% risk lower ही रहता है. So like that I have considered. Now again there will be a window. That is a rule editor. Now here there will be a 3 input variable because मैंने 3 thing लिया, tobacco chewing, smoking and the drinking. So this 3 means this 3 is 3 into 3 into 9. So total this I will be having a 3 into 3 into 3. So 9 into 3, 27 rules I will be having. So I have considered the rule editor for 27. You can see here the varieties of the conditions I have considered, and there will be a all the rules I have considered, and depending upon that I have considered the risk 2 value. So whatever the data I am having, suppose कोई person है तो 2, 3, 5 whatever we are considering, depending upon that I will be having a risk value 2. Now the third very important thing is पर्सनल हाइजीन एंड वर्क एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस. देखो आपने टोबैको च्यूइंग उसमें तो नंबर से भी डिफाइन कर दिया. नाउ हाउ यू विल डिफाइन द पर्सनल हाइजीन? So I think you are knowing in a corona time हम लोग बोलते हैं कि you sanitize your hand, keep your social distancing, put your mask. So this is the good conditions for the personal hygiene. If you are follow that, then there will be a less chance to getting the diseases. And the second is work environment conditions. You are knowing police, doctors, they are getting because they are more affiliated with the prolonged people. So now the very important thing is how to define personal hygiene and how to define the work environmental conditions. There is no scale available. Universally आप कितना भी find कर लो, there is no scale, and it is a perception. Actually it will be vary from person to person. So the very important thing is in this type of the situation what we can do, we can define this personal hygiene on a scalar quantity. So I have defined the personal hygiene based on the 0 to 10 value, and based on this 0 to 10 you just give 1 is on a lower side, so 1 is having a poor personal hygiene and 9 is towards higher personal hygiene. So once you have a higher personal hygiene your risk will be low. So like that you have to consider in your rule. So this is the situation here also. We can take the help of the experts. So experts, okay, up to 3 you can consider, or otherwise you have to utilize your own perception based on the problem whatever you are working. So this is one thing that you can create a category of the risk. Now at the same time, I have considered a similar situation as I have discussed. Here also you have a 3 into 3, you have a 9 rules into the system, and you can convert your risk value whatever is the data. Now fourth one, that is a diet. Actually this system is not good. Generally if you have a one to one relationship, then always we have to go with the linear relationship, y is equals to relationship. So in that type of the situation we don't require fuzzy scaling, but this is just for the explanation. This is one parameter I have considered. And here also you can take the opinion of the doctor. So if you are consuming poor dietitious food, then you have a chance to get the diseases maximum. So like that I have considered the rules. And I will be having a risk 1. So risk 1 is based on the age and BMI. Risk 2 is based on my personal habit. Risk 3 is based on my personal habit, but that is more related to the work environment conditions and the hygiene. And fourth one is based on my diet pattern, because generally we have varieties of the people, and they based on that we can give. And so whatever the risk 1, risk 2, risk 3 and risk 4 value you are getting, based on that you can consider the final risk. Now final risk के लिए I have changed my, because मुझे final risk में बहुत सारे पेपर में मिला कि you have to narrow down your range. If you consider 0 to 0.33, then what will happen? You just considered 0.25 risk person into a low risk. So actually in that type of the situation, he will be becoming more severe and he will not take any precautions as far as the health criteria is concerned. So that is why what I have done, I have narrowed down my risk value. So very low, it is up to 0.2. So up to, if you are coming in 0.2 means 20% chance hai, then you are having a very low. So like that I have narrowed down my value. जो आगे मैंने 0.33 तक लिया था, so that I have narrowed down in a 0.2 scale. So like that, you can just consider the things, and you can have a final risk. Now you can have a risk 1, 3 input variable. So you have a 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So like that you can have a total 81 rules, because 3 into 3, 9 into 3, 27 into 3 you have. So once you have a risk value of different intergroup, you can have a final risk of the person. So likewise, because you just see we were not having any data, so you then you can consider the data of 100%, it will be vary, and you can classify the person ki, okay, you have a 20% into very low risk group, when you have a 25% into even very low risk, and 32% in a medium risk, and like that. So like that, the idea is you were not having any data. आपके पास कुछ भी data नहीं था, but we can prepare the model, and that is nothing but the simple beauty of the fuzzy logic. So where your computer system will not work effectively, it cannot think, one mind can think of, and we can diversify our problem. So data nahi hai, input variables we are not knowing for the particular system. So this type of the complex problem we can simply put it out in a proper way with a fuzzy logic, and that is nothing but the simple beauty. So you can say, with the help of the expert's opinion, you can develop your system, and with the rule of the fuzzy rule based system and MATLAB programming, you can make it very easy. So this is my summary. As a last, I would like to say computers are never as good as the human, because reasoning and making sense of the data, computer will not work as good as the human brain. But computers much better than humans in processing the data and performing the complex calculations. And that is why the fuzzy logic can be a very useful tool for the development of the model where the reliable and the scientific data are not available. So thank you very much. And if you are having any questions, you are welcome. Okay, 1 minute. I can see. I am open it. Huh. Okay, so actually, it's a very important question. So, you when you are not knowing anything, so actually you can proceed with a trial and error method. That is the best option. If you are not knowing anything, then as a simple layman, you can start taking advantage of the trial and error method. But the very important thing, when you are considering the expert's opinion, so in that type of the situation, the one thing that you have to see, when expert, suppose if I am a doctor and then you are asking me, what will be the age of the person you can consider as a young? So I am saying, oh, up to 25 is only young. So in this type of the situation, I have to consider only up to 25 means in a triangular membership function. But suppose the same answer I'm giving like that, oh, up to you can consider 25 to 30 years. So now I'm giving a range. So when the range is a opinion of the expert, so in that type of the situation, it is always better to go with the triangular membership functions. But this is again, actually, there are so many consequences in that. The better way is you can start with a triangular, because it is a very simpler. Once you are not getting, so you can try it based on the expert's opinion and the range whatever you are getting.
Then how to define the fuzzy number?
So actually, fuzzy number is based on the range of the function. Suppose I am just considering the mild. So mild is the range, and mild, for that my range is up to 0 to 4 cigarette per day, suppose. So in that type of the situation, my fuzzy number should not go beyond 4. That care I have to take it. But here also, you have to consider there are so many mathematics available, but I have not discussed because there are fuzzy type 2 mathematics, even the Hauling distance normalizations of the fuzzy numbers. These all the theories are there. I have not considered that. If those who are interested, I think they can use the book Fuzzy Logic by Clear. So the concept of fuzzy logic by Clear, K-L-I-R. I'm just writing into the chat box. So author is Clear. So that Clear book you can refer. In that all this particular concept is given whenever you are using and whenever you are working with the fuzzy logic. There are so many mathematics that in between we have to consider, but as I have to consider the applications, that portions I have not considered here.
The next question is, can we have more than one output? Like in a
Yes.
like in the example of that food and service, we can add one more output, like a rating of restaurant.
Yes, we can go ahead. Always we can go ahead, but what is the situation generally? We prefer, because output, if it is a simple thing, then it will be more. Then and then we can say the complex problem that we have converted into the simpler problem. That is why. Otherwise, you can go ahead with a particular system where you can have a two output.
Any other participant, if have any doubt, then they can unmute themselves and ask.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah. Huh. Good
Ma'am,
afternoon.
once we create a kind of model, then how to use this in a MATLAB Simulink?
You can MATLAB Simulink will be coming after, once you develop fuzzy toolbox and you generate your results after fuzzy toolbox. After that, Simulink start.
Okay, ma'am. Like you created this model for this 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have to use this one for particular application for real-time data. Then we have to create one Simulink, MATLAB Simulink.
No Simulink. You have to generate your simple Excel file in which your data will be there first. Okay. Simple Excel data it will take, but that Excel file you require one in between step, because generally MATLAB will not read directly Excel file. So in that type of you have to do, Excel file you have to convert into M file.
Yes, ma'am.
That step is required. So it's a simple one-line program. So you have to put up your data into the Excel file, but you don't have to put up any title and all. Only Excel numbers will be there. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and that file you have to convert into M file. So your programming will read, or otherwise you have. Suppose you have a less data. Suppose in this particular model I was having only 100 data. So even I can add it in my rule editor, rule viewer manually.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but when you are dealing with a large data sets, it's difficult to handle that type of the data set manually. So in that type of the situation, in a MATLAB facility is there. So you can convert your M file into the .xl file into the M file, and then MATLAB will directly read and generate your result again into M file. Okay. And that M file again you can convert into the Excel file if you are interested, or otherwise directly you have output.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other
Thank you.
question?
Thank you.
Hello, madam.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Bolo.
Where we get interval type 2 fuzzy logic mathematics in this clear book, it is available, madam. That mathematics for interval type 2.
Yeah, it is available, and one more book you can refer, because when you are dealing with a fuzzy type 2, so in that type of you have to go with the higher mathematics. So you have to consider your TODEM or the extra or Okra method or like that for your data interpretation. So when you are working with a fuzzy type 2, so in a fuzzy type 2, you have your Excel only file will not be helpful to you. Okay, so in that type of the situation, you have to take the you have to create some iterations and like that, or otherwise you have to take the help of the some algorithm. So you can refer that particular second. I will be sending one book to Viplav Yadav sir. So I think that book will help you if you are going further for fuzzy type 2 modeling.
Okay, madam. Can you give the email ID also? You can share the email ID. If I want, I can email ID.
Yeah, actually, it was there on my first slide, but I'm writing here. Those who are interested.
Thank you.
I have written in the mailbox. If you are interested, you can contact me. Any other?
Hello, ma'am. One more question.
Yes.
Ma'am, in writing in the rule-based system, there is a weight assignment.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
weight 1 is there by default. So, of that weight.
Actually, here, whatever the problem I have discussed, so in that I have considered all the weightage equal.
Yes,
but there are some of the problem. Suppose even doctor will not agree with me कि age and BMI is having the same weightage for the risk. Okay, so they in that type of the situation, what you can do, you can develop your weights using AHP. आप AHP analytical hierarchy process करके आप risk निकाल, means the weightage you can find it out, and that weightage you can use it जहाँ पर आपको means in rule editor में दिया है.
Means the output which is reflecting more in output.
Yeah.
Input which is reflecting more in output will be having higher weight.
Higher weight. So I may consider that right now I have considered age and BMI is having equal weightage. Even I have considered three habits equal. But if you just consider tobacco chewing is not having a very mild effect, so I can give 0.2%, 0.2 weightage, whereas other is 0.4, 0.4. I can consider that. If I develop model like that.
And, I have never seen any example taking more than one weight. That's why I was asking.
No. actually you can go ahead, but in that type of the situation, the simple thing is, mainly when we are dealing with a Mamdani, so in that type of the situation, generally we consider the equal weightage. So if you solve this particular problem and you are changing the weight, so instead of Mamdani, the Sujono method will be a better method. So you can have that particular option. Here I have already explained all the things with the
Yes.
Mamdani, because Mamdani is the practical method where a number of problems you can solve it. Sujono is having some limitations. So that is why I have discussed Mamdani problem. But you can
Yes.
go ahead with a
Thank you,
Sujono.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So any other? There will be no question.
Yeah, I think enough questions have been asked, ma'am, and it was a wonderful session. The language has
Okay.
been very simple and everybody has liked it, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
So on behalf of all participants and organizing committee, I want to convey thanks to our eminent speaker today for sparing time and enlightening us about fuzzy logic and how it is applied. Many of the steps which ma'am has explained to you, we will be showing in the hands-on session also. And the main key part, which is about fixing the priority level in terms of weight or importance of any kind of factor, it is generally done by AHP process, as ma'am has suggested. And today's evening session by Dr. S.M. Yadav sir will be discussing that AHP part. So thank you everyone. We'll be having next session from 3 p.m., which is from Art of Living, and today's session, third session, which has been rescheduled to 6 p.m. So kindly join accordingly with the given links.